Hello everyone, and today's topic is exercises and functions to demonstrate prototyping, parameter passing, function returning values, and recursion. Functions. Function is a subpart of program used to perform specific task and is executed individually. Functions are used to divide a larger program into smaller subprograms such that the program becomes easy to understand and easy to implement. Every function in C has the following. First one is function declaration, that is function prototype. Second one is function definition. Third one is function call. So, function declaration. The function declaration tells the compiler about function name, data type of the return value, and parameters. The function declaration is also called as function prototype. Function declaration syntax: return type space function name in brackets parameter list semicolon. Next one is function definition. The function definition provides the actual code of that function. The function definition is also known as the body of the function. Function syntax, function definition syntax: return type space function name in open rounded brackets parameter list bracket close. Now open curly brace. This is the actual code, that is a block of statements, and close the curly braces. Function call. The function call tells the compiler when to execute the function definition. Function call syntax: function name in brackets parameters bracket close semicolon. So this is the function terminology of function. So here I have given a simple I have taken a simple example here. Main function, open curly braces, and statements. So now here I am declaring one function. So that is function call here. F is called func1 bracket open a comma b bracket close semicolon, and the statements, and finally return statement close curly braces. So here in this one I implemented a function definition. So int space func1 bracket open int space x comma int space y bracket close curly braces statements block and return z semicolon close curly braces. So in the main function, so here main function is the calling function, and func1 is the function call, and a comma b are the or actual arguments. So here function definition. In function definition, so integer is a return type. Int is a return type. Next func1 is a called function. Here func1 is called function. Here int space x comma int space y, these are the formal arguments. So in function definition we have called function, formal arguments, and a state block of statements and return type. So this is the terminology of function. Let's see. So here a main function calls another function, that is func1, to perform a well-defined task. Main function is known as the calling function, and func1 is known as the called function. So when the compiler encounters a function call, instead of executing the next statement in the calling function, the control jumps to the statements that are a part of the called function. After the called function is executed, the control is returned back to the calling program. The inputs that the function takes are known as argument. When a called function returns some result back to the calling function, it is said to return that result. So here main function is the function and that is called by the operating system, and therefore it is supposed to return the result of its processing to the operating system. So the arguments in function call referred as actual arguments. The arguments in function definition call referred as formal arguments. So here main function can call as many functions as it wants and as many times as it wants. So it is not that only the main function can call another function. Any function can call any other function. So here advantages of function. Each function to be written and tested separately. This simplifies the process of getting the total program to work. Understanding, coding, and testing multiple separate functions are easier than one huge function. Provide a way to reuse code that is required in more than one place in a program. The next one is a library of functions can be built to carry out repetitive work like math library, standard IO library. Next one, functions can protect the data. Next one, functions can have local data described within a function. These data are available only to the function and only while the function is executing. When the function is not active, the data are not accessible. With local data, data in one function cannot be seen or changed by a function outside of its scope. So here the function declaration or prototype. Function declaration identifies a function with its name, a list of arguments that it accepts, and the type of data it returns. Syntax: return type space function name in open rounded bracket, data type space variable 1 comma data type space variable 2, so and so on. Open the close the curly braces, rounded braces, and use the semicolon. Now a function can be declared within the body of another function. Here example: float space avg bracket open int comma int bracket close semicolon. So here no function can be declared within the body of another function. So next one is function definition. Function definition consists of a function header that identifies the function allowed by the function body containing the executable code for that function. So here syntax: return type space function name bracket open data type space variable 1 comma data type space variable 2, and so on, bracket close them. So now open curly braces. This is the function body. So here a statement or group of statements, and next after that we have return in brackets. I'm writing returning a variable, semicolon, close the curly brace. When a function defined, space is allocated for that function in the memory. The number of and the order of arguments in the function header must be same as that given in function declaration statement. The function call statement, next one is the function call. Here the function call statement invokes the function. When a function is invoked, the compiler jumps to the called function to execute the statements that are a part of that function. Once the called function is executed, the program control passes back to the calling function. Syntax: function name in rounded brackets, variable 1 comma variable 2, like that, bracket close, semicolon. So here names, not the type. So names of variables in function declaration, function call, and function definitions may vary. Arguments may be passed in the form of expressions to the called function. In such a case, arguments are first evaluated and converted to the type of formal parameter, and then the body of the function gets executed. If the return type of the function is not void, then the value returned by the called function may be assigned to some variable as given below. So see this. So here variable name equaled function name in brackets variable 1 comma variable 2, like that up to variable n, close the rounded brackets and semicolon. Here the function name return some results that will be assigned to a variable, here variable name. So here I'm writing a C program to return sum of two numbers using functions. So here hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h. These are the two standard header files. The first one is the stdio.h, that is standard input output, and second one is conio, console input output functions are included to our program. So void main empty parenthesis. So here void means it is a void type, main function is a void type, it does not return any value. Now I'm writing the function body, main function body, open the curly braces. So here int space num1 comma num2 comma result semicolon. Here I am declaring three variables called num1 num2 and result. They are integer type. Next here I am declaring a function or a prototype, int space addition in brackets int space int. These are the actual parameters actual parameters. So next statement is clr. So here it clears the screen, output screen window. So next one is printf statement, open rounded brackets, double quotes, enter any two integer numbers, double colon, slash double quotes, bracket close, semicolon. So this printf statement contains a message like enter any two integer numbers. Here we used a slash n, that is a escape sequence that is used to move the cursor to the next line. So next, to read the two integer numbers we use scanf function. So scanf bracket open, double quotes, percentage d double quotes, comma ampersand num1 comma ampersand num2. Here percentage d. So this percentage d means it access only integer values. The first percentage d reads the input value and that will be stored in num1. The second percent is d. It reads the second integer number and that is stored in num2. Next, result equal to statement, and result is equal to addition in brackets open num1 comma num2 bracket close semicolon. Here I am writing a function call, that is addition in brackets open num1 comma num2 bracket close semicolon. So here this is a function call and with two actual parameters num1 and num2. These are the actual parameters, and this function returns some value that will be assigned to the variable results. So after that we have printf statement. In printf statement I am writing sum equal to percentage d comma a result. So here I am printing the result. So after that we have a get ch. Here get ch means get character. The compiler waits for a character. After giving the character, the compiler closes the output screen window. That is end of next close curly braces. That is the end of main function. So now here writing the I'm declaring the function definition. Here I'm writing the function definition. It contains code, actual code of the addition function. So here int space addition in open bracket int space a comma int space b bracket close. So this is the function definition and it contains two formal parameters, that is a and b. So here int is a return type. So here addition is the function name. So now function body, here open curly braces and function body return space a plus b semicolon. Here the return is a plus b, so the sum, and that will be returned to the calling function, that is addition of num1 comma num2, and that will be assigned to the result. The return value will be assigned to the result variable. So close the curly braces. So whenever we execute this program, first uh, it displays the message like enter any two integer numbers. So 5, here I am entering 5 6. Now a function call will be invoked, that is addition bracket open num1 comma num2 bracket close semicolon. This function call will be invoked. So now the compiler will go to the function definition, that is int space addition int a comma int b. So here int a and int b, these are a b are the formal parameters, and here a contains 5, b contains 6. So here we have a statement that is return space a plus b. So here the function must return value. The value here, the value is a plus b, that means 5 plus 6, that is 11. This 11 is returned to the calling function, that is the main function. So here the 11 is stored in result variable. So after that we have a statement here, printf statement sum equal percentage d double quotes comma result. So here result contains 11, that is replaced with percentage d. So now the output screen contains sum equal to 11. So after printf statement we have a get ch. Now the compiler waits for a character. After getting a character, now we have a curly brace. The program will be the end of the, that is the end of the main function. The program will be executed and shows the output like, and this is the output of our program. So next, function parameter passing and returning values. So in the concept of the functions, the function call is known as calling function and the function definition is known as called function. So based on the data flow between the calling function and called function, the functions are classified as follows. The first one is a function without parameters and without return value. Second one is functions with parameter and without return value. Third one, function without parameters and with return value. Fourth one, function with parameters and with return value. So here the first one is function without parameters and without return value. So in this type of functions, there is no data transfer between calling function and called function. Simply the execution control jumps from calling function to called functions and executes the called function and finally comes back to the calling function. So here is the small program. Hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h. Here I am including two standard header files, that is a standard input or output and console input output. So next I am writing main function, that is void type, void space main function, rounded brackets, open and closing round brackets, and next function of the main function, body of the main function, open curly brace. So now here I am declaring a function, that is void space addition with no parameters. So that is empty parenthesis, there are no parameters in this function. So it is a void type, means void means it doesn't return any value. So after that we have a clr scr that is used to clear the output screen. So now I have to invoke the function call. So for this I am writing addition with empty parenthesis semicolon. So here no parameters in the function. Now get ch, the empty parenthesis, close semicolon, and end of the main function, that is closing curly braces. So now I'm writing the function definition for addition. So here void space addition with empty parenthesis. So here the function I'm writing, void means it is a no return type. Here addition, there are no parameter formal parameters in the curly in the rounded brackets. Next open the curly braces, opening curly braces, that now the function addition function starts, body of the addition function starts. Now in that function I'm writing, I am declaring two variables, int space num1 comma num2, they are integer type. Now I'm using a printf statement, open rounded brackets, double quotes, enter any two integer numbers, colon, double quotes, bracket close, semicolon. So now to read the two integer numbers I am using a scanf function. So scanf, bracket open, double quotes, percentage d double quotes, comma, ampersand num1 comma ampersand num2, bracket close, semicolon. Here first percentage d reads the first integer value and that is stored in the address of num1, and second percentage d reads the second integer number and stores in the address of num2. So next I am using printf statement, that is sum of num1 num2. So for this using a printf statement, printf bracket open double quotes sum equal percentage d double quotes comma num1 plus num2, bracket close, semicolon, and now end of the function, that is closing curly brace. So this is the program here. So let's see the program execution. So here the program in C language, program execution starts from the main function. Here void main bracket open. So in the main function, first we declared a function void space addition. So here function dictionary declared, and clrscr means clears the output screen. After that I am writing here a function call, that is addition. So now whenever the compiler executes this function call, now the compiler goes to the function definition to the corresponding function. So here the function definition: void space addition with no parameter, no formal parameters. There are no parameters in the empty parenthesis, which is a void. That means there is no return value. So in that I'm declaring two variables, num1 num2, which are integer type. So now the compiler execute the printf statements. It displays the enter any two integer numbers on the output screen. Now here I am entering the values 7 and 8. So in the scanf statement, 7 I am using to read the integer values, so percentage d and percentage d. So here first percentage d reads the first integer value, and that is stored in address of num1, and reads the second integer value 8, that is stored in address of num2. So after that, here printf statement. So here bracket sum equal percentage d comma num1 plus num2. So here 7 plus 8 will be added. The result will be replaced with result will be placed in place of percentage d. So now the sum equal to 5 will be displayed on the output screen. This is the output of the screen. So in this program there is no the function without parameters, and so in this function there is no parameters and there is no return values. Second one is function with parameters and without return value. So in this type of functions there is data transfer from calling function to called functions, that is parameters, but there is no data transfer from called function to the calling function, that is return value. So the execution control jumps from calling function to called function along with the parameters and executes called function and finally comes back to the calling function. So here is a small function, a small program. Hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h. So void space main empty parenthesis, and next opening the curly braces. So here I am writing the body of the main function. So first I am declaring two variables, int space num1 comma num2 semicolon. So next I am declaring a function void space addition in brackets int comma int bracket close semicolon. So here void is a type, which addition means it is a function name. Int there are two parameters. So this addition function should not return any value, does not return any value. So next clrscr clears the output screen. So now next one is printf statements, bracket open double quotes enter any two integer numbers colon double quotes bracket close semicolon. So now to read the integer values I am writing the scanf function, scanf bracket open double quotes percentage d double quotes comma ampersand num1 comma ampersand num2 bracket close semicolon. Now I am invoking a function call. So addition bracket open num1 comma num2 bracket close semicolon. This is a function call. So here addition is the function name, num1 comma num2, these are the actual parameters. So after that I am writing get means get a character semicolon and close the main function. Now I am writing the function definition, void space addition bracket open int space a comma int space b bracket close. Here addition is the function name, void is a return type, and a comma b these are the formal parameters. So now I am opening the curly brace, printf bracket open percentage d, sorry, double quotes, sum equal to percentage d double quotes comma a plus b bracket close semicolon and closing curly braces. So let's see the execution of this program. When I compile the program, so for compiling alt plus F9, sir, now, so first compile the program alt plus F9. So now if there are no errors, run the program control plus F9. So here first in C program, main function always starts with main execution always starts from main function. So here two variables declared, that is num1 num2, and also here we declared a function void space add addition with the two parameters. Now the output screen window displays the message enter any two integer numbers. Here I am entering the 9 8. So now the function call will be invoked, so that is addition with the two actual parameters num1 num2. Now the compiler goes to the function definition, that is addition function definition. Here void space addition int a int b, these are the two int a comma b, these two are the formal parameters. So here in the function body, addition function body, I am writing printf statement that is equal sum is equal percentage d a plus b. So a plus b, that is 9 plus 8 17, that will be stored in place of percentage d, that will, and 17 will be printed in place of percentage d. Sum equals 17, that will be printed on the output screen. So this is the output of the program. So next one is function without parameters and with return value. In this type of functions, there is no data transfer from calling function to called function, and that is parameters, but there is data transfer from called function to calling function, that is return value. So the execution control jumps from calling function to called function and executes called function, and finally comes back to the calling function along with the return value. So here I am writing hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h, void main empty parenthesis and open curly braces. I am declaring a variable int space result semicolon. I am declaring a function int space addition with no parameters semicolon, that is okay. Next clrscr semicolon. So here result equal addition with empty parenthesis semicolon. So here I am writing the function call, there are no actual parameters in addition function. So next printf statement, printf bracket open double quotes sum equal percentage d double quotes comma result bracket close semicolon. Next get ch empty parenthesis semicolon and close out the main function, that is closing curly braces. Now I am writing function definition for addition. So int space addition empty with empty parenthesis, there are no formal parameters. So int space addition empty parenthesis. Now I am writing the function body of addition. So open curly braces. Here I am declaring two variables int space num1 comma num2 semicolon. Next I am writing the printf statement, printf bracket open double quotes enter any two integer numbers colon double quotes bracket close semicolon. And next to read the input values I am using scanf bracket open double quotes percentage d double quotes comma ampersand number1 comma ampersand number2 bracket close semicolon. Now I am returning the value, so which is a return type is here integer. So here I am returning the return type, so return space in brackets num1 plus num2 bracket close semicolon. This value will be returned to the calling function and closing the curly braces. So let's we see how the program is executed on your machine. So first, the program execution starts from the main function. So in the main function, I have declared a result variable, and I have declared a function called addition. And so here, here it clears the output screen. After that, I'm writing result equal to addition with the empty parenthesis. That means a function call here, one function in addition function call will be invoked. Now the compiler goes to the addition function definition. So here in the function int space addition with no parameters, uh, so open curly brace. Here I am declaring two variables of integer type, num1 and num2, and the printf statement. So now it displays the messages on the output screen. Enter any two integer numbers. Here I am entering 5 comma 5. Now the first 5 number is stored in num1, and second integer value is stored in number 2, so that is 5. So next I am returning the function, that is sum of two numbers, that is num1 plus num2, that is 5 plus 5, 10. That is returned to the main function. Here addition, so this 10 is stored in result variable. So this is the function call. Okay, so 10 is stored in the result. So after that we have printf statement. So here sum is called percentage d, so result comma result. So this result contains 10 value, that is replaced with percentage d. So now the output screen displays sum equal 10, sum is equal 10. So this is the output of, this is the execution of the program and output. Next one, function with parameters and with return value. So in this type of functions, there is data transfer from calling function to called functions, that is parameter, and also from called function to calling functions, that is return value. The execution control jumps from calling function to called function along with parameters and executes called function, and finally comes back to the calling function along with a return value. So here I'm writing a small program, that is the addition of two numbers. So hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h, void space main, empty parenthesis, open curly brace, int space num1 comma num2 comma result semicolon. Here I am declaring three variables of integer data type. Next I am declaring here I am declaring a function, that is int space addition in brackets int comma int bracket close semicolon. So here is a int is the return type, addition is the function name, and the parameters are two parameters. So next one is a clrscr, which clears the output screen, and printf statement, printf bracket open double quotes enter any two integer numbers, double quote colon double quotes bracket close semicolon. So to read the two integer numbers we use a scanf function, scanf bracket open double quotes percentage d double quotes comma ampersand num1 comma ampersand num2 bracket close semicolon. So next I'm writing the result. So here a function call will be invoked, and the returning value will be stored in result variable. For this, result equal addition in brackets num1 comma num2 bracket close double quotes, semicolon. So here addition means it is a function name, num1 num2, these are the actual parameters. this is a function called addition of in brackets num1 comma num2 bracket close semicolon. This is a function call. Next, I'm writing printf statement bracket open double quotes sum equal percentage d double quotes comma result bracket close semicolon. Next, get ch semicolon close curly braces. Now I'm writing the function definition. So int space addition brackets in brackets int space a comma int space b bracket rounded bracket close the rounded bracket. Next, open the curly brace. I'm written next I'm written the a value. This function should return a value. For this purpose I'm using a return space in brackets. I'm writing a plus b, so semicolon close the curly braces. So this is the program of sum of two numbers with function parameters and return value. So next, let's see the execution. So first, function execution always starts with the main function. First we have to compile the program, that is alt plus F9, and next to run the program press Ctrl plus F9. So let's see the function execution. So first main function is executed. So in this program I'm declared three variables num1 num2 and result, and also I'm declared a function that is addition, which is integer data type with array with parameters CLR set which clears the output screen, and I'm here we are using printf statement. It prints the messages on the output screen like enter any two integer numbers. So to read the integer values we use scanf function. Here in the scanf function we use percentage d. Here first percentage d reads the first input value and which is stored in address of num1, and reads the next second integer value and which is stored in address of num2, and next statement is result equal to addition in brackets num1 comma num2. So this is the first RHS is executed. Here RHS is a function call. Here function addition will be invoked. Now the function, the compiler goes to the function definition of addition function. So here int space addition in brackets int space a comma int space b. So here addition is a function name, int is a return data type, a comma b, these two are the formal parameters. So this function returns a value. Here return a plus b. So here a plus b means I entered 5 plus 5, so 10. This will be returned to the calling function. So here addition of num1 comma num2 returns 10, this function call. So here 5 plus 5 10 returns the addition function, and the value will be stored in the result variable. After that we have a printf statement, that is print sum equal percentage d comma result. So here the result contains 10 value. Now in the output window sum equal 10 will be displayed. So this is the result. Next one is recursion. A function called by itself is called recursive function. So simple, a function calls itself is known as recursion. When a function is called by itself, the first call remains under execution till the last call gets invoked. Every time when a function call is invoked, the function returns the execution control to the previous function call. So here I am writing a small program on recursion. So here writing a program to find the factorial of a given positive number using recursion. So hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h. So here I am declaring a factorial function which is integer type. Int space factorial in brackets int bracket close semicolon. So here I am declared a function. Next, void space main, open curly braces. So here I am declaring two variables, int space fact comma and semicolon. Next I am writing a printf statement, printf bracket open double quotes, enter any positive number colon double quotes bracket close semicolon. So now I have to read the positive number. For this I am using scanf function, scanf bracket open double quotes percentage d double quotes comma ampersand n bracket close semicolon. Next, fact equal to factorial bracket open n bracket close semicolon. Here factorial in brackets n. So this is the function call here with a actual parameter n. So after that I am writing a, so here factorial n returns a value that will be stored in fact variable. So next I am writing a printf statement, printf bracket open double quote factorial of percentage d is percentage d double quotes comma n comma fact bracket close semicolon get ch semicolon end of the main function, that is closing curly brace. So now I'm writing here the function definition of factorial. So int space factorial bracket open int space n bracket close. So here factorial is the function name, return type int is the return type, and n is the formal parameter. So open the curly braces, int space temp semicolon, I am declaring a temp variable. If n double equal to 0, then return 1 semicolon, else temp equal to n star factorial of bracket open n minus 1 bracket close semicolon. This is the recursive function. So this function calls itself. So factorial bracket open n minus 1 bracket close, this is the recursive function call. So now I am returning temp variable to the calling function, close the curly braces. So now compile the program, alt plus F9. Now it displays if there are any errors, it will display the errors with line numbers. Go and correct the errors and again recompile the program if there are no errors, and execute the program by pressing Ctrl plus F9. Let's see the execution of this program. So first program execution starts with the main function. So in fact, so here two variables are declared. After executing this program, the output window displays enter any positive number. Here I am entering 3. So now a 3 value will be stored in n. So next statement is fact equal to factorial of n. So this is the function call. When our compiler executes these statements, the compiler go to the function definition. Here the function int space factorial int n, this is the function definition. In function definition I am using temp keyword, temp variable, not keyword, variable. So if I am writing a condition here, if n double equal to 0, so here 3 n equal to 3, no, 3 double equal to 0, so the condition is false. So then the compiler goes to the else block. So here temp equal to n star, so n is 5 star factorial of n minus 1. Here this is the recursive function 3 minus 1. Here n value is 3, factorial 3 minus 1, that is 2. So function 2, again it is a function call, and now it will go to the function. So factorial function, here factorial into 2. Now the value of n is 2. Now checks the condition, n that is 2 double equal to 0, so condition wrong. Now the else part will be executed, that is temp equal to n star, and already n 3 star, again 3 3 sorry 2, here 2 n value. Now the n value is 2, so factorial 2 minus 1, that is 1. So now the function called uh, factorial of 1, this is a recursive function. Now the factorial function will be invoked here. The function goes to the again function definition into factorial into n. So here n value is 1, so n value compared with the 0, so n is 1, 1 double equals 0, so condition is false, that will execute the this statement. So n means 1 star factorial of 1 minus 1, that is 0, again it is a function call. So now the function call will be invoked, factorial function will be invoked. So factorial into 0, n value is 0, so into temper, so 0 double equal to 0, yes, the condition is true, then it returns a value. So in the output screen, 3 star 2 star 1 star, this is the function, it will calculate the, it will multiply the function, and the result will be stored. So here 3 star 2 star 1, so 3 into 2 6, 6 into 1 1, 6, the 6 value will be stored in temporary variable. So now return the temporary value, the compiler returns the temporary value to the fact variable. So here factorial n returns 6 value, that is stored in fact variable. So the factorial n returns the value, that is 6, and the 6 value will be stored in fact. So here printf statement, factorial of percentage d is percentage d. First percentage d is replaced with n. Here n is the 3, and per second percentage is replaced with a fact. So fact is 6. So the on the output window, factorial of 3 is 6. This is the message which is printed on the output screen. So the final output is, this is the final output. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much.